Good morning, guys. Welcome back. Today I am building a metal garden raised bed, but before I do, I'm gonna take out my chicks outside so they can get some fresh air and some sun. All right, guys, here they are. They're not babies anymore. They're getting bigger and bigger. Now this is my cockerel. He's gonna be a rooster when he grows up. And he tends to peck at me. He's the only one that pecks at me anytime I pick him up. I have 2 of those and 13 female chickens. Hence the name, El Guapo. There we go, they're in there. This is a raised bed that I'm building and filling in soon, but I'm using it as a temporary chicken brooder for today anyway. I'm gonna leave them here 6 or 7 hours, and I put this plastic fencing over it to prevent hawks and eagles from coming and getting a chicken lunch. It works pretty good. I can't bring them out here permanently yet. I don't have a chicken coop that's coming in a couple of weeks, and besides it's too cold for them to be outside overnight. Temperatures are still dropping to the 30s here at night. It's May 1st. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit, maybe another 3 or 4 weeks before I can permanently bring them outside. But you're here to see me build a metal garden raised bed, so let's get started. All right, guys, so this is a Vigo Garden metal garden raised bed. It's a 9-in-1 modular system. You can do 9 different configurations, and this is 17 inches high. Now, I may have said that this is zinc plated, so this is gonna last a lot longer than my wood beds. Probably many, many times longer. And I just wanted to try something different, something new. This is not sponsored, by the way. I just went out and bought this with my own money. I got it through Amazon. I'm gonna link it below in case anyone's interested. They have many different colors, different sizes, and I figured this is one of the bigger ones that they make, and I wanted to really try this one. Now this one's I'm going to use to raise my wife's herbs, and she's going to use those herbs obviously to do her dishes, her mini dishes. And she's really excited about this, by the way, and so am I. I want to try, like I said earlier, I want to try many different types of gardening, and this is just one of them. Now I did buy 2 of these beds, and yeah, like I said, down on the description below, I'm going to have the price and the link to this particular bed. It should take about an hour or 2 maybe to build it. I've never done one before, but I'm going to get started here in just a second. Here are some of the plates. I kind of picked this greenish color to match the house a little bit. Okay, instructions. And hardware. Alright guys, so I'm reading the instructions. It's going to be super simple. There's only 5 steps to this, and they come with 2 types of nuts. The cap nut goes on the top 2 rows all the way around, and the regular nuts goes on the bottom 4 rows all the way around. And it also comes with a safety rubber edging that you're going to put on the top. We're going to do that last. And they all come with a plastic coating, and I'm gonna start taking that off here in a second. Oh, and by the way, it comes with 4 corners and 8 side panels. So I separated all my hardware just to stay organized, but I forgot to mention that this hardware bag also came with its own tool, so you don't need any tools. So I'm gonna build the straight panels first, and then I'm gonna do the corners. So I'm gonna take a screw, feed it through, then a washer, and then these nuts. Now these are the cap nuts, okay? The cap nuts you're gonna use only on the top 2 rows and the regular nuts on the bottom 4. And then I'm gonna tighten up and do the rest. All right, so here I'm gonna start with the regular nut. It looks like it's super simple, guys. You just follow the instructions, you'll be done in no time. Now, one thing I need to mention is I'm not going to tighten them all the way now. I'm going to tighten as much as I can, but I will tighten it fully at the very end, right before I take it outside. Now, one thing I don't think I mentioned this before, make sure you build this on a flat surface, okay? It's going to be a lot easier. Okay guys, so here we are, 2 sides are done. Now I'm gonna build the corners. Oh, and by the way, some of these tomato and pepper plants may go into that raised bed, but let me show you what I have back here. This is a dragon's breath, one of the super hottest peppers in the world. And this is the Carolina Reaper. According to the Guinness World Book of Records, this is the hottest in the world, but they haven't tested the dragon's breath yet. But once they do, I'm sure that's going to come up on top. There we go guys, so I have one corner done, and now I'm about to start on the other long side and then the last corner. Okay, I'm done putting it together, and as the last step when it comes to screws, I'm going to tighten it one last time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a Phillips head screwdriver on one side, hold it tight, and then tighten on the other side with this wrench. Do them all, and I'm done with the screws. Now I'm putting this rubber edge all the way around. It's super easy to do. Okay guys, so I'm done with the bed and I put it in place. Now one thing to consider is how far apart do you want to put your beds. Now I recommend anywhere from 2 to 4 feet apart from each other. Okay, let me show you why. Now this bed, I decided to put them 3 feet apart. Why? That way I can drive a wheelbarrow or a cart like that between my beds. This is 3 feet. Now, minimum, I would recommend 2 feet minimum. 2 to 4 feet apart is ideal. Now, in your case, if you want to put them closer than 2 feet, remember, you're not going to be able to pull or push a lawnmower in between them. It's going to be harder to do any kind of maintenance in between beds. So I always, like I said earlier, 2 to 4 feet. So yeah, you want to take these things into consideration once you put your bed on the ground. And now with this one, oh, and one more thing, make sure that the ground is level. I had to level the ground for my wood beds, and I had to dig some dirt just to make them level. And this one here, I think I may have to dig a little bit around this corner to make it level. But you know, for the most part, it's looking good. There you go, guys. I did have to dig out a little bit of dirt around this corner. I could see it before, and it is level. It's good enough for government work. And now we're gonna fill it up using the hugelkultur method. Now, before I go, now these two beds are 6 feet apart. Why 6 feet apart? Because of the trellis. I need a 6 feet in between them in order to do that trellis. I will have more raised beds on the other side of that one. So yeah, they're all gonna be 3 feet apart. Now for the hugelkultur method, you're gonna add logs and branches, whatever you have laying around in your property, and that's gonna decompose over the years, and it's gonna save you some money. You don't have to buy as much compost or topsoil. What you want to do is fill it up to maybe about a third, and then you can add the rest of your material. I have wood chips, so I'm gonna add wood chips in there, and then I'm gonna go get some grass clippings that the previous owner left at this property. There we go, guys. There we go, my logs and branches with the wood chips. Now the wood chips I didn't pay anything for. The township provides them free of charge. So use whatever you have available. If you can do it this way, it's going to save you a ton of money. But make sure you put compost on the top third of your raised bed. Let's go get some grass clippings. So there we go, guys, grass clippings that we've had laying around for a year or more. So I'm going to use this as well. Then after this, I'm going to add compost. Okay, this is what it looks like now. There was perhaps a little bit too much, so I took out some and added it to this bed. And now I'm waiting for my compost to arrive. Then I'm going to add it to this. Hey, it's been almost 2 weeks since I started filling that metal raised bed, and the compost came in 2 days ago. But I wanted to share 3 great things about being an adult. 1, you have the power to be nice to people, but if you can't do that, move to the country where you can do no harm. 2, you can build raised beds. And 3, you can raise baby chickens. And mine are not so baby anymore. Check them out. These monsters are huge already. And of all the 4 breeds I have, these, the Isa Browns, are the friendliest. See, I can touch them. They let me touch them. But the others, they run for their lives. Well, except for me. Oh, I almost got her. But these are adorable. They come right up to me and I can pet them and pick them up if I want to. See? Oh, they're pecking. And in case you're wondering, this is the metal version of El Guapo. And here's the compost. Don't ask what that is or that. But I'm gonna go get the tractor so we can finish that raised bed. And oh, by the way, I finished filling that raised bed. That was another video about hugelkultur. And now I'm gonna go ahead and finish the other one. Alright guys, so I put in the compost. Now I'm going to add a little bit of peat moss, a little bit of fertilizer, organic fertilizer, mix it in, and we can call it a day. There we go guys, I am done here. Look at this soil, look how beautiful it is. Everything's already mixed in, ready for the summer. And I'm gonna buy my plants in the next day or two and plant them by this weekend. Yeah, so I'm done. This bed should be here for many years, hopefully 15-20 years, who knows. And this bed, this is something I wanted for many years and I thought I couldn't have it, but here where I'm at in the country, we got lots of space and we are going to grow as many vegetables as we can. Well, we're also going to buy some fruit trees here shortly and start planting all over the property. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted when I plant this raised bed. And yeah, thanks for watching guys, thanks for visiting, and I'll see you on the next one. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.